So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read. Yo, what's going on, people? This is Akala, and it's got to that all-important time of the week again. I just want to clear something up, because people seem to think every time I post a book on here, people keep asking me, "Right, how do you read that quick?" These are not books that I'm reading week by week and then I'm posting you what I'm reading and I've finished and taken notes. I do other things other than read. Though, to be fair, I'll probably do finish 30 to 40 books a year, but not quite one every week. This is the best of what I've read over the last 15 or 20 years, is what I'm posting on here. So no, I'm not reading these every single week and preparing a review for you. I've collected up the best of what we have in the library and I'm bringing it to you. This week's book is easily one of the most influential books for me that I've ever read in my entire life. It's a life guide, it's a spiritual text, it's a philosophical way of understanding yourself and the universe and the world and not being defined by what Lao Tzu refers to as the 10,000 things, the stuff that's out there. I'm trying to kind of have some internal peace and stay as close to sane as possible, whatever that means. This particular translation of the Tao Te Ching, which is this week's great read, has commentary by a Zen Buddhist scholar, Taekwan Soho, who was born in 1573. So this is a text, the Tao Te Ching has been around for thousands of years, and it's a text that has been commented on by many great scholars in the Eastern tradition and now all over the world. It's 81 verses. They're really a guide to life. I probably read a couple of verses of this most mornings. There's some weeks I slip off, but in general, I would say I probably don't go more than 2 or 3 weeks without taking a peek in here and just trying to get my ego back under control, because that's really what it deals with, the ego and the self, and our kind of very insignificant but also significant place in the universe. A very paradoxical book. It's not a kind of black, white, left, right binary. Eastern philosophy and Eastern thinking in general tends to be a bit more fluid and a bit more open and comfortable with the paradoxes of life. And I think the Tao Te Ching is a great addition to human philosophy. One of the most important texts in the world, something I recommend you read that I think will help keep you sane. I must say, to be fair to Mr. Cleary, this is Thomas Cleary's translation. I do have a couple copies of the Tao Te Ching. This is not my favourite copy, even though it does have the commentary in it. My favourite copy is a translation by a gentleman called Stephen Mitchell. I think that's the most, I can't say accurate translation, because I clearly don't read Chinese characters. But it feels the most poetic, the most well interpreted, the most smooth of all the translations I've read. But this one is also useful, so either this one or the one by Stephen Mitchell. This week's great read is the Tao Te Ching. Should I give them a little bit of the opening? So one thing it talks about is the way. So the Tao means the universe, but it also means the way. And so this is like, I'll give you the first verse. The way that can be spoken is not the eternal way. A name that can not be named. A way that can be spoken is not the eternal way. A name that can be named is not a constant name. There were no names in the beginning of heaven and earth. Attribution of names is the matrix of myriad things. Whenever you have no desire, you can observe the subtle. Whenever you have desire, watch the openings. These two have the same provenance but different names. Both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is called the gateway to myriad subtleties. See, the Thomas Cleary translation is a bit more awkward and a bit more wordy. The Stephen Mitchell translation, I would argue, reads a bit smoother than that. And actually, one of the reasons I stumbled is because I've realised now I've got the Stephen Mitchell first verse actually memorised. But anyway, it happens. The Tao Te Ching of Lao Tzu is this week's great read. Please check it out. Big up. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read.